Welcome to the Poetry of Justice show with Jackie Ray Phillips here on YikesRadio.com and AccelerateRadio.net. Here on the Poetry of Justice show, guys, this is where social consciousness meets the arts. So what we do is we select topics that spark the interest and awareness of social diversity, ranging from arts, entertainment, and social justice at large, leaving our listeners thinking and saying,
YikesRadio.com.
Now, those are the very sultry sounds of my mentor. That is the Mr. Kevin Nash. And Mr. Kevin Nash is the owner of this proprietorship here at Accelerated Radio and YikesRadio.com. So what I always do is I just love to do it. I love to give him a very special shout out and homage, because if it were not for Kevin Nash and his brainchild, it would be impossible for me to do what I so love to do here every Saturday night consistently for the last 6 years, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm so grateful for that, ladies and gentlemen. And then I like to give a very special shout out to my wing woman and sister and producer, Miss Lori G, the benefactor, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I know. Sissy's not here tonight, guys. She is on a flight. She's headed back home from the Virgin Islands. So I last heard from her. She just had a connector down in Miami, I think she was, she said, Rashid. So she's on her way safely, traveling grace to my beautiful, gorgeous sister, ladies and gentlemen. And then I'm going to give a very special shout out to G Babies Catering LLC, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to check out Chef Mac. Chef Mac is most notably found on Instagram at G Babies LLC, ladies and gentlemen. That's GBABBIES LLC, Chef Mac. So check him out. It is a little bit of nepotism because he is my nephew. So I want you guys to check him out. Special meals that he has going on. We do meal prepping. We get it to you. Meals on wheels. For real, guys. So you want to check him out. I really, really appreciate that. And then I like to give a very special shout out to our amazing engineer. This is Rashid. I can't do anything without Rashid, ladies and gentlemen. So I give him a special shout out. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you, Rashid?
No, I'm doing just fine.
You hear that voice, ladies and gentlemen? Do you hear that radio voice? My God, look it out here. So I'm so excited to have Rashid with us tonight. I also like to give a very special shout out to the legendary Lord Rocca with Star and Crescent Castings. He keep us hot here, ladies and gentlemen. Very special shout out to WMPJ Steelworks as well as APS Muscle Cars Incorporated. So very special shout outs to our sponsorship here tonight. And it is Saturday night. This is Saturday, August 20th, ladies and gentlemen, 2022. So let's take a look at that. 2020. So August 2022. So I got another zero. So we got a 2020 and then we got a 22. I love angel numbers. Tyler's looking at me like, what in the world is this lady talking about? How are you doing tonight, gorgeous?
I'm doing good.
You doing good?
Yes.
And you look amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Tyler. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight on the Poetry of Justice show. Of course, it's such a blessing. We've had a chance to do a lot of chit-chatting before the show. But how are you tonight, gorgeous?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. I'm happy to be here.
I'm really happy to have you as well.
you.
How was your Saturday today so
It
far?
was pretty chill. I didn't do much today. I took down my hair, washed it. It was a little light Saturday for me.
Okay, that's a light Saturday. I heard that. That sounds really, really good. Well, I'm so glad that you decided to spend it with us. One thing that I always routinely say, no matter what, is Tyler, is that time is so very important to me, obviously, because we can't get that back, Tyler. We could get so many other things back, you know what I'm saying? Like friendships, money, things of that nature, but we can never get our time back. So I really do appreciate you bearing with us today and
Thank you.
taking the time to come. But I know you are a media guru, so this is just all up and down your alley. So
Yes,
go ahead and let
ma'am.
our listeners know about who you
Yes,
are and what you
ma'am.
do.
My name is Tyler Kimani. I'm the creator and host of Eargasmic Media. It's a media company that I started about 5 years ago, where I started at a park where I interviewed up-and-coming musicians, creatives, entrepreneurs, and then we moved to a studio, and then we moved to another studio, and now we have like a TV set, and it's, coming together, and I'm gearing up for season 3, and I've started a Kickstarter campaign to get that going,
Okay.
to get funds together for season 3, because we got
Oh
like
my
a
God.
production crew and everything now, so we've grown over the last 5 years a lot.
So you're going to be filming, like, what type of things do you film?
Yes,
TV
so
shows?
it'll be our show, and we interview them, and then we play a game, and then they have a live performance. So it's kind of like a late night talk show type of
Yeah.
setup. So that's what I'm trying to do for season 3, make it bigger and better, get more guests, and make it a little bit have live audience this time, so people can come actually watch the show and everything. So we're just trying to make it more exciting this year.
That's so exciting. Now, if individuals would like to be a part of that, of seeing you to view anything, how can you let the listeners know?
Yes, you guys can follow us at Eargasmic. That's EARGAZMIC Media. You can also find us on YouTube at Eargasmic Media as well. And we're also, like I said, Instagram and Twitter is where you can follow us.
Those are the most notable places
Yes.
to get you, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so 6 years ago, take us there, if you don't mind. Give us a little day in the life and how did
6
this
years
create?
ago, it started off when I was in college. I've always loved like music. I love the creative artworks, but I don't have like a talent, like I can't sing or rap or anything. So I've always loved to write, and I've always loved to listen to other people's stories. So and I grew up kind of in the blog era of music, where every Friday you look at your favorite blog and see who dropped like the hottest mixtape or something. So I was like, I feel like I can do something similar to that.
Yes.
And I knew a lot of friends at the time that were getting in the music industry, or getting in different creative fields. So I just was like, I'm gonna start my own website, I'm gonna start my own blog, and I would interview them and share their stories. And it kind of just expanded from there, from me doing articles to me being on camera at a park interviewing them, and it's moving to another studio and then making it into like a talk show type of thing. So we've grown. But 6 years ago, I was working at Homegrown Radio, doing a show there, a podcast, What We Talk About Radio, but also doing my blog on the side.
Okay.
So that was 6 years ago, and then I stopped, and I was like, I'm going to continue doing my blog, and we expanded and grew from there.
Yeah, I know you wanted to keep doing that. Now, how did you get into radio and podcasting?
It was just, What We Talking About Radio was my first take doing podcasts, because like I said, I would just do articles and I would post it on my website.
Yes.
So it's like something you can read. But that was my first time doing podcasting, and I really love the in-person feel of it all, and having a really full-blown conversation with somebody.
Right.
So that sparked an interest. And then when I stopped doing What We Talking About Radio, I reached out to one of my friends, and she helped me expand the idea of putting it on camera. And so she would film it, I would edit it. The edit wasn't that great, but she would film it, I would edit it, and we would be at the park in View Park interviewing people. And shout outs to those people who would come out, because sometimes it'd be cold, but they would come out and let me interview them. And then we moved to a studio, and I got my new videographer, 1050, who is a great job. He's been with me for about 4 years now. So that's why our edits look way much better than what they did when I did it. But that's how I got started, and it's been growing from there. And I used to be really shy, so I never really thought I'd be in front of the camera or doing podcasting, but I really found my niche in it. And
so excited.
I love it. Yeah.
So would you say you chose it, or it chose you?
I want to say it's a bit of it chose me, because if you would have asked me a couple 6 years ago, I would have been like, no, I just stick to writing, just keeping myself out of the camera. But it kind of just shows me people love my questions and in my personality and stuff, and I'd be like, really, for real, me? So and that kind of helped me come out the box and really get in front of the camera and on the mic.
When you began writing, how old were you when you began writing? What would you say?
I used to always love writing. I used to write short stories and stuff, so I started writing probably young, 6 or something. I have notebooks from back all the way to elementary school of short stories, diaries, and different stuff. But I've always loved writing, and that was always a way for me to express myself, because I always had a problem with just expressing my feelings. So writing was a way for me to get stuff off my chest. So it's always been dear to my heart.
Sounds therapeutic a little bit, huh?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What about plays? Have you thought of? Do you do any screenwriting yet? I was just wondering, when you were little, doing your writing and anything like that.
I did make up some plays, even in high school in drama class. We made up we had to make up plays, different scripts and stuff, and I would write scripts too, because my dad's an actor. Okay. So I would fake write scripts sometimes. Yes. Oh yeah, this is a little TV show I'm working on, But it helped out, because now I do have to create different interviews and different game shows for my show, so it kind of helped out. So I'm kind of, in a sense, writing a script for my show. So
Right, yeah.
so in a sense, I was kind of training myself at a young age. I didn't know.
That's why I was delving in and asking those questions, because it's like you're saying, it's mostly organic. You know what I mean? It's your calling, which is what I was asking.
Yeah.
Did you choose it, or you say, like you say, it chose you?
Yeah, I did.
And you just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah. Yeah, I have. I feel like I've been running from the camera because my dad tried to make me, like, he put me on audition when I was like 4, and I was like, at 4 I was like, no, I'm not ready for it yet.
You didn't want to do
yeah, and I always joke like I'm too much for Hollywood. And then eventually here I am back on camera.
There you go. See, right? It all comes back full circle.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Oh my gosh. So what about the business side of things? How do you manage let's just we can break some things down. So let's just start with the business side of what you're doing, your radio and podcasting. How does that work out for you?
It's working out good. It's teaching me a lot because, like I said, I feel like I kind of just dove into it and I didn't really know a lot of things. So I'm like learning a lot along the way. But I've learned to ask for help. I'm not one of those people who likes to ask for help. It's really hard for me. So I'm learning to ask for help, and it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to have people who help you out. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, it
So
does.
I know, like, especially as a Black woman, you feel like you have to do everything and have to do everything on your own to be strong and all this stuff. But it's okay to ask for a helping hand, or like if you don't know something, to ask somebody for help. So, which is why I'm doing the Kickstarter campaign to raise funds for season 3, because I've been funding it myself for like this long.
Girl, that's where the struggle gets real,
Yes.
right? You'd be like, when is it going to flip?
Yes. So, and since we've expanded and got like a production crew and like a newer studio and a set and stuff, I'm like, okay, like my money is spreading so thin. So, I took some time to like really figure out like what way would I feel okay with asking for help from like the community. So my friends was telling me about Kickstarter campaigns, and so I've been researching different ones, and I finally found one that I felt like was I liked or whatever. So I launched it like 2 weeks ago. So I'm trying to raise $5,000 for season 3. So far I think we're at about $500 and something
That's
so far.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Praise
So
the Lord.
thank you. Yes,
Cool.
praise God.
Yes.
But so yeah, so far so good, and I'm really liking the feedback and how it's reaching different people, whether they donate or just share it. Is really means a lot to me.
Okay.
Because I was nervous to launch it because I'm like, I don't know if nobody's gonna like
Oh.
donate or like accept or like
Yes.
like it or whatever, but they do. So
Nothing beats a fail but a try, right? That's
yeah,
all.
yeah. So I was like, okay, God, I'm a
Go for it.
Step out on
On
faith.
faith, yes.
Just do it.
Mustard seed.
Yes. So far so good. So I'm very excited for that, and it is very nice to know that I have support that's backing me up.
It feels good, huh?
Yeah, it does. It does.
So
It feels really
exciting.
good.
So when do you think you guys will start launching the filming process?
So I would like to start filming by mid-September, early October. So I want to start filming by then so we can start launching the new season like mid-October.
That would be exciting. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's exciting. I got some good stuff, but I'm gonna wait until Sissy's here to share some of it. But I hear what you're saying in terms of like just taking things to the next level.
Yeah.
Can't stop. You just kind of got to keep going.
Yes.
When you don't know what God wants you to do, you just got to do as He tells us to do when He tells us to do it. Do you know what I
Exactly.
mean? That's the one thing about Him. It's like we got to move when He tells us to. I don't know. When I say I know, but I don't know, I hear what you're saying. I feel that same, similarly with the journeys.
Yeah.
What about poetry? How do you feel about poetry?
I love poetry. I used to write poetry too. I kind of stopped for a bit, but I love poetry. I love poetry nights. Poetry is another thing that I used to use for therapy. Is to write poetry, write poems out. I have a couple poem books at home.
Me too. See,
Yeah.
that's how I was just dope. And it's like you say, it's better to just just chop it up. You know what I mean? Just have a good. I started today on working on like you say, the script and a guideline. I was writing all these like questions, and I'm like, Jackie, just be organic with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. when you know what you're doing, you just kind of know. You get on the mic and you do what you gotta do. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
you just kind of like just flow. I sometimes write out like questions and then I go with the flow from there, like
Right.
you know, whatever like is on my heart or whatever the conversation leads me is where it goes.
Because I feel like, to me, like, what is it like being an entrepreneur? I'm gonna just let you start. Speak on that first.
You go through a lot of emotions, like you know, you don't like. I never thought I would do this, and you kind of think like, oh, I didn't think it would be easy, but I didn't know that it would be. And I don't want to say it's a tough battle because I don't think it's super tough. Because I don't think God would put this on my heart for it to be super tough.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting to say the least. It's and it's not for the weak.
Right.
And I will say that. And it's wild because I didn't think that I have as much tough skin that I do have until I started doing entrepreneurship, and I was like, oh,
Right.
you actually got a little, you know,
You got that hustle, right?
you got it. Like, oh, look at you. But yeah, it takes you through a lot of different emotions, a lot of different phases in life. Especially like looking at other people who have like gone to like a set career and like you know the set job or whatever. You're like, dang, okay, well, if I just get like a normal like regular job, then maybe you know, but you know
your
that's
passion,
it's like that's not gonna fulfill me, and that's not what I don't think that's what I'm
called to do.
Called to do. So I'm like, all right, God, you got me on this
Right.
journey.
Exactly.
You know, but I know He wouldn't take me this far just to like be like, okay, girl,
No, just like bye.
you know. So I keep I pray all the time, and I'm happy I have a nice, like I said, I have a support group. I have family and friends that you know keep me uplifted when I do feel like y'all.
Right.
I don't know.
Hanging on, y'all. Like,
I don't know. But yeah, I have people that tell me like, hey, like you know, you're needed.
Yes.
Like we need you. You know. And that like really helps me get back centered and
Right.
like okay, like this is a day, but like all of my days aren't going to be like
this. Yeah. It can be a little taxing sometimes, huh?
Yeah.
Now, what about any competitors, if you will? Do you have any alignments, or you know what I mean? Just out of curiosity.
I don't think I have any competitors, and I feel like especially with like LA's media, like the up and coming media, I feel like at first they try to be like, oh yeah, like you know, do a little competition, but I like how we've all kind of come together. Like there's different events that, especially the LA meet the women, like the girls like in my age group, like we come together, we have different events, and they're very supportive. So it's taken the ease off of, because at first I felt like dang, okay, I have to compete with this block, that block, and this, that, and the third. But it's taken the ease off of that and seeing that, okay, we're kind of like a community. Like, you know, we don't have to be like trying to be a crab in the barrel. We don't have to step on each other's toes. Like, you know, we help each other out, and that really eases the stress of everything with competing with people. And and I just personally feel like we all have this divine journey that we're on, and all of our destinations all of our journeys are different. So it's like, you know, what the next person, what they're accomplishing, that's great for them, and God's gonna have a blessing for me as well. And it may not look like theirs, it's gonna be different. So you know, it's okay if you know somebody gets blessed before me. I'm gonna get blessed eventually.
I like what the Lord tells us that He blesses us with new opportunities every day, every single day. You know what I mean? So it's like we have to just count it. I'm just telling myself this a lot, guys, and just to count it all joy, right? No matter what, like you say, when those moments where you're just cringing on to the last nerve that you think you have left, and you're like, is this one nerve? Is this gonna crack? Am I gonna end up like
Lord, okay,
what is happening?
Yeah.
You know, so it's when you cry out to the Lord and like, but like you said, I know you said you're not gonna never leave me, never forsake me. So you're like, okay, I got this.
Right. Exactly. So, and thank God for Him, because I call him a lot. Like, okay, what you doing up there, Lord?
Right. You said I could call.
I'm calling.
It's me again. Ask, seek, knock. Right.
Exactly. But yeah, I have a good faith-based foundation.
What about the spiritual side of you, in terms of spirituality?
I'm a very spiritual person. I grew up in the church, so my grandfather's a reverend. So we grew up Baptist. So he was had me in the church all the time, like all the time. And as I got older, it was kind of like, especially when I went to college and getting away from that structure, it was like I had to find my own relationship with God and finding because I know, like, especially with my family, it's like, you got to go to church, you got to do this, you got to do that. And I just wanted to find different ways that I could tap in with God outside of church.
Out of the religion side of it.
Outside of the religion side of it. So like poetry and writing and certain things helped me, but also just talking to God in nature. Like, I like to go on hikes and like meditate and like bring my crystals sometimes, you know, and like sit there and talk with God or say a prayer, play some gospel music, or whatever like music I feel like aligns with that. Because sometimes it's Michael Jackson.
Mama say, Mama saw, Mama goose. I was just listening to starting something in a car all the way over here. Michael gonna always get you right.
Right, like sometimes some old school music is gonna get you right, like Michael, Prince, or like something that motivates me. But I do take some of the aspects of what I was raised on and incorporate it with my spiritual aspect that I've learned as I gotten older. So it helps me a lot. But yeah, I really am spiritual. Like I said, I got my crystals. I go on like little nature hikes, spiritual cleanses, or like spiritual baths and stuff. But like, I always resorted back to God at the end of the day.
Yes.
Yes.
What are your spiritual cleanses? What do those generally look like for you?
They're different sometimes. Like sometimes, like a nice, like I go on a weekend by myself, get a hotel room, and I like clean the bathroom, of course. And then I do like a spiritual bath. So it's like different like herbs and stuff. And so I say like a prayer before I get in the tub, and then like I say, and bless me from my head to the crown, the soles of my feet. And then I get in the bathtub and I play like, I have incense burning or like Palo Santo, and I play like music that like soothes me, and then I just sit in the bathtub, meditate for however long I feel like I need to be in there.
Let your body do what you need to do.
And then I get out of there, say another prayer after I get out, drain the bath, clean it, and I say whatever negative that was cleansed from me, let it go away. And then I go about my day. So that's one way, is the spiritual bath. Another way is I have my grandparents, like my papa who's a reverend, or my granny, like pray for me, because I feel like they're very like strong. So I have them pray for me, and I feel like that's a spiritual cleanse for me, is them blessing like me and my
that blood.
So that's another way that I like, especially like if I feel like, okay, I need some other like person.
Supernatural.
So I call Papa like, Papa, can you pray for me? And he'll do it. So, and it makes me feel like, okay, I'm protected in some way. They've given me some extra strength in some type of way.
That 91st Psalm helps too,
Yes, the book of Psalms as well.
He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High shall abide in the shadows of the Almighty.
Amen.
I just love that one because, like you say, the protection. Sometimes in my mind, I'll just, when things are going on and negative energies and attacks are real, we know, because we know the principalities of the darkness of the world, and the spirits are what they are, and they come and they attack. And so, like, during those moments, what I'll do is I'll just meditate, as you're saying. I'll see the Savior on the cross, thank Him for what He's done for us on Calvary. Be thankful to the Father for creating Him and allowing Him to bear all of our sins. But one thing that truly helps me a lot when I'm able to tap in, because sometimes the world is so staticky, it's difficult to tap in sometimes. For me, when those spiritual attacks are intense, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but when they're coming from like different angles, like every angle is like, whoa, and you know it because you know the word, and you know. So like, damn, they really own me, right? You're like, oh shit, okay, that's when you got to call granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? Now, for real, for that intercessory prayer war, you need that. You need the big ones. And so what I'll do, I'll just close my eyes and just, like as you say, Queen, when you're in that spiritual bath mode, and just see the blood. Just see the blood of Jesus just covering me. Just seeing the blood of Jesus covering me. and just knowing that by that precious blood, I'm covered, and just gonna believe in that. And then I always go back to that 91st Psalm. I know the reason why, but we don't have to share the reason why, because the show's not about me tonight, it's about you. But that 91st Psalm is just, it's so powerful.
Yes.
Because it's just everywhere. Nothing can get to you. He protects you from the snare of the fowler. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but you shall not be moved. You're only going to watch and see how God punishes the wicked. So you're like, wait a minute, I ain't even got to do nothing?
Yes.
I could just sit in the cut. I think about Kirk Franklin's Hide Me song. Hide me. I can just hide in the shelter. And your big feather, I just think of a big feather, the Spirit of the living God just
coming over and
and just be like, okay, Lord, just thank you, Jesus. Okay, I went way too far today. Huh?
No, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. But yes, I definitely agree with you on that one.
Because sometimes, a lot of the times, I'm gonna just be 100. You used to be trying to be like all like politically correct and stuff, but no, it gets real.
It gets real, especially like nowadays, especially like with different aspects of like social media and stuff and all of that. Like I feel like it's a 24/7 having to keep grounded and having to remind yourself, because it's so easy nowadays to get like sidetracked or like just to start falling down a dark hole, that you have to keep affirmations on your I have affirmations on my mirror, apps and stuff, or like little sayings, or like I hide little stuff that I find I think I hide like different messages to myself or different like prayers, and I hide them and I find them like years later. But it's always at the right time. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Like, okay, that's why that was there. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, social media and all of that, like it brings in a different spiritual battle, if that makes sense.
It absolutely does. Let's chat about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Social media, particularly you being a media guru, right?
So like, I feel like I have to be on social media. Not all the. I'm learning I don't have to be on it all the time, but I have to be on it a lot amount of time to keep up with what's hot. Especially with artists dropping music and all of that, I have to keep up with that. But I'm learning like I'm not a machine. I'm not a machine. I'm one person, and it's okay if one day I don't post. Right. Like nobody's gonna die, and like
But you be feeling like, how do you feel about it? I mean, like, okay.
I feel like I have to post.
What if you go like 2 days without posting? Can you do that?
I can't.
Right.
Although I try to give myself the weekends. Because it's to chill. I'll post a little bit here and there, and like on my like business page, I'll post a little bit. But like the weekends, I need some peace of mind to get ready for the rest of the week. Like if there are events and stuff, then okay, then I have to set that aside. But I need some peace of mind. I can't, and it's just me doing the social media, so I can't always be on top of it. Like I can't always do it. And I used to beat myself up about it. It was like, dang, Tyler, like you got a media blog and you ain't posting every day, every hour, every second. Like what are you doing? And then, like, I had to talk with somebody, and they were like, like, you don't, it's okay if you don't.
Okay, right?
And I was like, for real, you should? And I was like, yes, it's fine. Like, if you look at, like, major companies, some of them don't post all the time.
Right.
Like, it's okay. And I was like, okay, like, are you sure? Like, they're still gonna love you.
I know. And it's hard. It's a struggle. I've gotten really bad, but I need to get back up on I'm back out like on the weekend, Saturday. Yeah, it's because I'm doing the show. It's like, okay, get ready for the show, post. I need to do that more often, sooner. I'm feeling like sometimes, but then that's when Rashid could tell you, used to come in here a basket case at the time, because I'm like, is everything gotta be right? And he'd be like, Jackie, like, remember how he used to do? Yeah, so it's like, okay, Jackie, chill,
relax. Yes.
Number one, just calm down, get it together. It's gonna be okay. Like tonight, if we're going, I don't care what time we're going. We're gonna go on. Rashid's going 6 o'clock. The music's gonna start. We're gonna do what we need to do on Accelerated and Yanks. But when we start the programming, okay, whenever we start that, we'll start that. I used to be a basket case. Oh my God, where's everybody? Oh my God, right. Social media. Oh my God, I didn't post in 2 days.
Yep.
But you know what? Okay, fine. I didn't post in 2 days, maybe even 3 days. You know what I mean? Is it really that bad?
Yeah, like you're not gonna lose anything from not posting or taking care of yourself if you need to. Like sometimes you need a social media break. It's very taxing. It's a lot of energy you're taking in at once. Like you're taking in a lot.
And then you're doing multiple sites. And
So-
two, like your personal plus your biz.
and having to like make sure the hashtags and the this and the third is correct. It's very tedious.
Is extreme. So what do you do? Do you do like a pre? Like I need to do what I need to do. I've been a lazy chick. And I said, Jack, you need to just sit down and do all of the hashtags. I got all of like my slogans, right? I had like a gang of slogans. Oh, coming tonight, get down. Got that. Like just, like you're saying, with the tune in this time, Yikes Radio, the Accelerated Radio.
Yeah. So I learned a trick.
Right. Okay.
So I type my captions in my notes. So like my captions for like my posts, I type them in my notes.
Yep.
And so I noticed that if you do a hashtag in your notes in different, if you keep doing the hashtag multiple times, it'll save the hashtag. So like within your notes. So like if you type in, let's say like your hashtag is the POJ show. If you type in hashtag POJ.
So I need to do my hashtags. I got a bunch of these, like prefab.
Yeah, so if
but
you
go in here and start doing my hashtag.
If you do like these hashtags right there, I'm sure if you type in like hashtag Accelerated Radio, it'll just come up down here.
Got it.
So it'll save it. So that's one of like mine. Like I do it in my notes first, and then I like read it, and then I have like different apps to help with like the editing and stuff. And then I just learned that Instagram lets you. They have different apps that you can schedule posts. I never really liked the third-party apps, but Instagram has now caught up to speed and made it to where you can schedule like your own posts. So like you don't always, because I feel like I have to be glued to my phone because of what I do, and it's aggravating sometimes because I want to put my phone down. So I'm like, oh, okay, I can schedule this, and I don't have to be glued to my phone all the time and worry like, oh, it's 1 o'clock. Let me hurry and post this. It's like it's already posted for me. So. And I also had like a social media manager for a second, but she moved on to another job, which is totally fine. Bless her. I hope she's doing well.
Yes.
But that helped out a lot too. But that comes with like I had a problem with asking for help, and like I got help for a second. It was like
felt good, huh?
But it felt good. But then I also felt guilty because I was like, dang, I don't want her to feel like she has to be glued to her phone all the time, or she feels like she has to keep like looking at the timeline or making sure she's up with the trends.
Right.
So I had to like come to terms with that too.
Yeah. What about like the communication part of it? Because people are like liking your posts and speaking to you and saying things. I find that to be like very time consuming. What about that piece of it?
Especially like when you post something and it gets popular and people are like tagging you and adding you, and like when I launched the campaign, it was like great, but at the same time, the whole day I was like, okay, I need to put my phone down because everybody's retweeting, everybody's commenting, everybody's like, and I'm just like, thank you. And I'm like, okay, let me put the phone down.
Then you gotta like take a prefab and be like, thank you so much. And copy paste. Like
Right.
Carpal tunnel now.
So it's like, dang, okay. So the communication side, sometimes it's annoying, but sometimes it's okay. Like, it's like, okay. And I try to, like, make sure, like, email me or, like, I turn my notifications off on my social media, actually, because it's like, I don't even want
too much going on.
I don't even want to get all the notifications.
Right.
I just know to look at it. I don't even want to get all the notifications from all that, because I just need, like,
a moment,
a peace of mind, at least. I'll have my text on, but the social media.
It can be, I know. I hear you.
It's a lot.
I haven't posted in a couple days. I did today. I'm lying, huh? I posted.
But if you don't post a couple days, it works though, because then like because Instagram algorithm is it's a mess. But if you don't, I noticed that's why I stopped posting on the weekends, because if you don't post for like 2-3 days and you post, all your followers see it. Like everybody sees it. Like you get like more than when you post like all the time.
Exactly.
So it's like you have to like kind of like go MIA in a sense, and then come back and like post something. It's weird that you have to do that.
Remember Rashid last weekend? Last weekend I had did that, like kind of ducked off and then came back. Right? She was like, dang, my phone was just ding, 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 ding. He was like, dang.
Right. I was like, who blowing up your phone?
I was like, I haven't posted in a while. I just put up a post.
Yeah, like, you get all your followers. They see it all, and then you like comment. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't know you guys are still there. Thank you.
Right? Yeah. I kind of had to go through that too, but I'm better now.
Yeah.
I'm just better now. It's,
You have to
it's still
find the
taxing,
balance.
though. I know sometimes just when I'm off for a while and then you go back on, you just feel like a little anxious. Like,
Yeah, I think that's why I've avoided TikTok for so long. TikTok is one social media platform that I am entirely scared of because it's just like a constant scroll. It's like constant scroll, but I like how people are getting popular off of it. But
Right.
I'm like,
Have you delved into it yet?
I have. Like I post and I go. Like I post and then I just don't look at the app no more. Which my friends like, you have to be more consistent with posting. Like you have to, so people can follow you more. And it's just like, it's too much. Then we got Instagram, Twitter, YouTube,
I know.
TikTok.
Yes, a lot.
It's a lot,
You
but
need a social media person. No. We do. You do. I know.
yes, but
I haven't even dealt with that one yet. I'm like, I'm cool.
I'm happy that Instagram kind of sold TikTok's format because then I could just copy and paste.
Right, huh?
So it's like I just copy from Instagram or copy from TikTok and just go there. So that helps out.
That's
But
That's really
yeah,
good.
trying to find a balance in all this is a lot.
Yes, when you got to do it all by ear. I hear you. I had a couple times doing the show. We've had cycles where I've had people, assistants.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes you feel like you're losing control because then it's like she's not, like they're not answering or not. Like tonight we're in a chill setting, so I'm not even dealing with it. Well, normally I've got like this phone going, that phone going, because conversations are going. People, so
Yeah.
other people are working. I could be, I'm on
Yeah.
YouTube. Okay, I can talk to these people. Oh, okay, let me go over here on Facebook, talk to these people. Oh, okay, let me go over here and do this.
You feel like I almost
But
feel like
it's
you're
chill.
an octopus because
No, yeah.
I feel like you're just all over the place. Like, how many arms am I growing right now? But yeah,
So it's like, you really be doing all that in the show? I'm like, yeah, I be doing all that.
Yes.
I be working. What y'all doing?
yes,
This is
yes,
work. Shit.
yes.
Almost.
My videographer and the guy who helped produces the show, he's like, you need to find a showrunner for season 3. He's like, 'cause I'm tired of you coming to me flustered. You need to be focused because you need to be looking
Right,
cute on
getting
camera
ready for the
and all
show.
that. And he was like, but you over here running to go get the guests, running to go make mimosas for the guests, you running to go do this, saying hi to people, trying to get dressed, trying to fix your hair. I'm like, I know, but I know. He's like, I know you like to be hands-on with everything, but you have to like get help. And I'm just like,
That's the thing. That's
Okay.
the thing.
I'm gonna get help.
Letting go. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Letting somebody else control that part of it, those pieces of it.
Yes.
But that's the good growth part.
Mm-hmm. It
You
is.
know?
It is a good growth part, and it's like, okay, and learning to like, it's gonna be okay. Like they gonna handle it.
Yeah.
Just focus on this, and it makes it better at the end of the day because you're not flustered or
is so
like
true.
stressed.
Some of those anxieties come with it, though. Yeah, you know what
They
I
do.
mean?
They do. They definitely do. That's why I talk to myself like before, especially before interviews, because I get a little nervous. But I just talk to myself like, this is what you do. You got this. Everybody's fine. And it's funny because like every time I interview somebody, my hair. Every time I interview somebody, I ask them like, was it a good interview? And they're like, duh. Like, why are you asking? I'm like, I just want to make sure. Like, I just want to make sure you're leaving satisfied.
Yes.
Just to calm my little worries.
Yes.
You
and
know?
just to make you know that you're doing what you were called to do.
Yes. So
When you get the feedback, how does it make you feel?
it feels really good. It makes me feel like, okay, I'm doing something right. Like I'm on the right track. Especially like when I did the Kickstarter campaign, like a couple artists shared with me, like I was their first interview. And like, I was the first person to like really like highlight their music and stuff. And I'm like, oh wow, thank you. Like I didn't even know that. Like, anytime. Like, I love you guys. So it feels good to get the feedback and to know like I'm helping people out.
That's the part, like you're saying, spreading the word and getting their music out to platforms that, early. You know what I mean?
So it feels good, and it's nice to, just to see them grow and to see that they still come back to me because some of them have blue checks and stuff on their little Instagrams, and but they still be like, "Oh, Taylor, you're orgasmic," and I was like, "Oh, thank you guys."
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
To hear. Man, to watch all of that grow. Rashid, you got a TikTok?
Technically,
Technically,
I have. Technically, I've created one, but that's because when I got the new phone, the TikTok app was already installed on my phone.
oh wow,
So,
they were like, "You gonna have TikTok
Osmosisly.
either way."
so literally the first time I opened up the app, they were like, hey, link this. I was like, y'all not gonna give me a choice? No.
No.
Wow. That's exciting.
I was
Yeah.
like,
I just don't know if I can do it.
alrighty
with social
then.
media.
I don't even use it, so.
TikTok is a lot. And every time I talk to somebody about TikTok, they just like, yeah, I open the app and I just be scrolling for hours and hours. And I'm like, I don't
need nothing that's gonna be.
I don't want
Right.
to be distracted for hours and hours just scrolling. Like, no. No, and I opened the app one time and I was like, okay, I am scrolling for hours and hours. This is not okay. Because it just doesn't stop. Like Instagram, like it kind of like, you have to scroll. No, TikTok, if you're not scrolling, it'll scroll for you and it just keeps going. And it's just like, there's no break from this. My God. And it's just so much. It's so much.
I'm like, wait
It
a
looks
minute,
like a
hold
lot.
on. I want to watch my fluffy videos. I want to watch my Gabriel Iglesias.
Exactly. Like,
Why are you auto scrolling? Stop auto scrolling! I told you.
Oh, so it forces you to do it.
yeah, so
Yes.
it's keep
It's
scrolling.
robotic.
So like if you watch a video, even if you don't have the app and I send you a TikTok video and you click the link, you'll watch the video and it'll just scroll in the web browser for it. And it's just like okay, I don't even have the app. So it gets you to want to get the app. It's very addictive.
Lord knows I don't need anything else to. I'm good.
Exactly.
And then you know the DMs. That's when they're sneaking around. That's where it gets wild. It'd be fine when you could just do what you need to do on social media.
yeah, it's the DMs and then the
Then you got the backdoor little Joe shit. That's where it gets wild. You feel me? And then that's when you like with the Instagram, they just call your phone. That shit there is some fucking bullshit junk.
I didn't know.
I
I
that
don't like
you
that
can
shit.
call-
They just call your shit.
Yeah, they can call it like the call like it's like a real
Scoop your
phone
phone.
call. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I had
so
that happen
basically,
once.
How that works with,
Don't like it.
with Instagram is like, say for example, they try to send you a DM, and it's like if you don't have it to a point where it's like if they're not on your friends list, they have to request to actually
Send you stuff.
Send you stuff.
Okay.
yes to actually send you a message, or to, but it's like if they're on your friends list, if they're on your followers list, they can go into a DM
And call you.
and call you.
Yes.
That's the part. And then you got to keep your phone off because you don't know when that shit's going to happen. You
Yes.
don't know when they're going to call you.
I had
Somebody just did that me night before last, 12:18 in the morning. Just what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
I
It's
mean-
always early in the morning.
Right?
What?
I mean, we have had people
Jesus.
call you on air or try to
Right, remember that?
get into your IG live on air, and like they don't be doing nothing.
They do. I know. Right? She was like, get them off of there.
They just want to be seen. That's it. They just want to be seen. Like, let me get on there.
Hey, and guess what? You're not contributing to the show. Get out of
I
here.
know. Remember that?
Get.
But we have a pretty strong following in Morocco. From
That's
Morocco.
good. Wow.
Yeah, I did this like how you're talking about. But I did it through, it's for the TikTok wildness. But with Instagram, I did between Instagram and Facebook, I did this whole social media class and about how, timing, like you say, when to post, what time to post, finding out your sweet spots, this, that, and the third. So I did all of this research that I did. It turns out that my sweet spot is for my show, for the Poetry of Justice show, is India. Haryana, India, Morocco, and Algeria. Rashika, if I come on now, if I get on here, we should probably get on there, and then they're just going to start coming. Because the thing about it is, like, the time it is right now, so it works out really cool. Particularly for me when I start posting, when I start posting tonight, is morning time in Algeria, Morocco. So it's like they getting up, they getting ready to go to work.
It's like
and I'm
their
just
morning
putting it
show.
in. Yeah. So they like, hi, now we love you, I love you. And it's just
That's
like,
really
I
dope.
tell my family all the time, I'm like, look, I'm leaving and I'm taking my ass to Haryana, India. If I know where my fan base is, it's in India. I'm Haryana, India. They love me over there. So
That's great.
it's
That's
exciting.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty
dope.
fun. It's pretty fun. Yeah. It works out. And then, like I said, Morocco and then Algeria, it just works out. I don't know. I guess it's a good thing. You know
It
what I
is a
mean? I
good
count it
thing.
all joy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's interesting that I get more love and you get more love and acknowledgement than home. You know what I mean? But it's all good. God knows what He wants. Because I
Yes.
just always say, bless me, Father, and I'll be a little extra with it, big time. It's the prayer of Jabez, but I put my extras on it. Bless me, Father, big time. Expand my territory. Keep me from all hurt, harm, and danger. And be with me in all thy ways. So I always just, like you say, just keeping it together. So I said, well, Lord, if that's where it's at, then that's where it's at. I don't ask no questions. I just wanted to know, like, what's the best time to post, when to post, which one to boost. You know what I mean? How what time to boost it, the reels versus a picture versus this or that. Me and my sister, we do these little car chronicles on the way here. So, you know, me and her, I tape her and me and her back and forth in the car, you know, hyping it up. Who's that, Rashid? That's your new TikToker?
No, these are literally like people that will
Your
literally.
DM request?
No, not my DM request for Instagram. These are my actual messages.
What?
And like she somehow got my number. It's I'm gonna say it's a new little scam thing where it's
What?
The scams are big on Instagram.
Well,
What's this one?
because now this is actually in my actual phone number messages.
As in your main line?
Yes, as in my main line.
Wow.
Where they're texting me and it's like, hey, remember me? And it's just like, what the fuck
Is
are
that
you?
this new phone you got? That's this new phone technology.
Oh, you know what? That is a new scam where they're like, hey, this is such and such from so and so. You remember me? That's a scam. I've seen it on social media.
Girl, no way.
Yes.
And then when you say then that's when they like hook you in.
Like you say and they be like, so I forgot what the follow-up conversation is, but there's several people that were like, it's like random numbers hitting me up asking me, am I so-and-so, and they met me, and they'd be like, oh, you don't remember me? Like, we met each other last night.
Right, but it's the fact that they picked a very generic
Picture.
photo.
Yeah.
That is
Very
pretty
generic,
standard.
very Asian.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like, okay, first of all, I think you got the wrong number. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
That's what these are.
I think my friend gave me the wrong number. I hope it doesn't bother you. That's the line.
That's the part. That's the part.
Just ticks me off.
It bother me.
Just like, I hope it doesn't bother you.
Well, are you like?
Then why do you know you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
Then you know you're doing something weird because why would you be concerned about it bothering you?
The scams.
That's
I don't know. The scams are wild.
Girl, you gotta just stay, like you say, prayed up, ready to just be ready. She said, okay. She said, okay, I gotta get it. I'm on the plane now, but consent to tonight. She's so funny, my sister. God bless her.
Don't tell me she listens to the song.
She's not. We making sure we square up Lord Rocka. You know what I mean?
I don't know where you're at.
I don't know. It's okay. Just her sissy. I was like, is she landed? Where is she? She landed. Anyway, I appreciate that. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Girl, my goodness.
Safe travels to her.
I know. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, routinely, how often do you delve into your blogs and your show? Do you do that on a daily basis? Do you do it? How do you normally do?
So I post I try to post Monday through Friday, and I usually post like different new music that's dropped. Different events that a lot of people are throwing around Los Angeles, and then when we do start filming and do the shows, I try to post the interview probably every 2 weeks, just to give one interview some time to get people to watch it and grasp it and all that, and then we do another one. So every 2 weeks we try to drop a new episode, and it's on YouTube and on. Well, we post clips on Instagram, but it's mainly on YouTube. Yeah. But I want to find a way to monetize it because they're really great shows, and they need to be on a TV platform or something. But eventually, I will get there.
You shall get there.
Yes,
absolutely.
But so yeah, the interviews usually do every 2 weeks, and we try to film it from October to the beginning of the year. Then we take a little break, regroup, and get back to it.
Get back on, huh? That sounds exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My sister and I, we have a little small company called Ginger Productions and Entertainment, and what we do is we do live theater productions. And so we haven't done one in a while with COVID and all of that, but the most recent one we did I grew up in the city of Compton, my sister and I, and so we did Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye.
I love that book.
Oh my God, yeah. So we did the theater production. We took the Douglas Dollard High Center. My sister, her arts, she turned it into a cool little black box theater. You know what I mean? We brought everything in and all the sound, and we did all the actors. We brought some actors in from the community, and then we had professional actors, and so we had a blend of the community and artists, and it was just truly a blessing. So I I have a book and author and write and act and do community stuff.
That's
like
really
that
nice.
too. So my sister did the directing. We had hired a director, but then the director. He was just a little flamboyant. He was just, I love him to death. I love him to pieces. Shout out to Alfonso, God bless him. But he just got a little wild with some things.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, sissy, you might need to take the wheels here. My sister is also the associate dean for the School of Theater and Dramatic Arts at USC.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And so she's probably seen hundreds of thousands of plays
Wow,
from
that's
every
amazing.
angle you can imagine. So I'm like, sissy, who else is going to be able to, you can direct this. What you do, you can direct this. She's like, oh my God, sissy, I can't do it. I'm like, you can do it. You're going to do it. I'm the driving force. I'm like, I get those ideas. And we got to do this, sissy. And then she'd be like, okay. I'm like, you just help me get the money. We get the money. We're going to make it happen. She get the money. I be getting the money. We both getting the money. But let's make this happen, sissy. And we're going to do it, sissy. And like I tell you, even if we just do it one time, we can say we did it, and can't nobody take it away from us. And we got so serious, we don't never do another play again. We did that one, and can't nobody take it away from us. And we did 3 nights, sold out every night. People in the community had some of my friends come back, like I said, from Compton, homegrown, all Compton schools, both me and my sister. It was beautiful. Some of my friends I went to high school with that came back, and they was in the play and in the production, and it just felt so good to be able to share, with our families and people.
I love that. I went to King Drew.
Yeah? Awesome. Oh my God, it's such a cool world.
Yes. I was at King Drew. And then my mom went to USC.
Okay.
Yeah. My dad went to UCLA.
That was an interesting match.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. But I'm trying to dive into voiceover acting.
Yes.
So I've been working on that for the last 2 years.
Yes.
I started during lockdown taking acting classes and stuff and taking voiceover classes. Then I did a demo reel at the end of last year, and I've been trying to shop it around to different people and trying to figure out how to get into auditions and stuff.
Absolutely.
But they have different websites, online websites that you have to pay for, but sometimes they give you free auditions and stuff. So it's been a cool journey. I definitely would love to be in a cartoon or something.
Right? Yeah, you're like, I can hear, that's me. That's you. That's me. That's so
I'm definitely trying to dive more into my creative side outside of Eargasmic and everything.
Do you feel when you do that, how do you feel? Do you feel like you're not giving one more attention over the other? Is what I'm trying to say.
I do feel like I give Eargasmic more attention because I feel like I've been going at it for so long that I feel like I have to invest in it a little bit more. And I was just telling myself that the other day, I need to invest more in my voiceover acting. I kind of stopped sending out my demo reel to different agents because at first I got discouraged because a lot of people were like, oh, we're not. And I felt like they were trying to tell me I was too black in a sense. But I don't know. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to put that on hold for a second, and then I'm going to focus on Eargasmic, trying to get funding for the new season and all of that. And then this week I was like, dang, I need to get back on my voiceover acting as well. I've reached out to my coach to ask him some pointers to how to get an agent or how to get auditions outside of, because the pay-to-play websites are $500 and all that, and it's just
yes, exactly.
I don't have $500 to
just blow off
for the website. So he gave me some pointers or whatever. But I was like, I need to get back on sending out my demo reel, not getting discouraged, and practicing more. And also, I was telling myself I need to get on TikTok and do my voiceovers on there to get.
See,
I've been avoiding
going.
I'm I need to get on TikTok or try to get on it. But I also I do do interludes for different artists or rappers. They like to get cussed out on. For some reason, they like to get cussed out for their mixtapes and stuff.
Yeah.
They be calling me hey Taylor, can you do this? And I'm like, yeah, you got to pay me though. But yeah, I do that sometimes. So that's cool. So I'm still exercising in a sense, but I do need to get more discipline and focus on my voiceover acting journey for sure.
That's exciting.
Thank you.
Oh my God, that's gonna be. You're gonna have to come back and tell us.
Yeah, I will.
And give us some updates.
I definitely will. But yeah, I'll definitely get back on it for sure.
What about when you talked about the church versus religion? How have the two played into your business? You know what I mean? And who you are in terms of the business side of yourself.
I feel like church wise, it definitely played a part. Like I said, it helps like with my faith and everything. Helps me, keeps me grounded sometimes. And some of the discipline, like going to different, like, you know, choir practice and all of that, like making sure everything was up to par, like helps out, because I be on set like, no, that is not it's not correct, that is not how I want it. Right. But and also just like discernment, like picking who, and it's not to say like I pick like who I want to be on the show, but I kind of like look at people's energy, like, oh, do you like, you know, I don't want to just be like, oh, he has 1,000 some followers, so he needs to be on my show because he has clout. Like, I really like looking at and I can't fully read somebody off of social media, but I really like looking at, you know, who they are as a person and what kind of like stuff do they like promote, or and you know, how do they carry themselves and all of that. So it helps me figure out what type of energy I want to bring onto the show.
Correct.
And what energy I want around Eargasmic, or, you know, being a part of Eargasmic. So that helped out a lot. Like, you know, just using the power of discernment to figure out, you know, what energies I want to interact with or align with my journey.
Yes, I love that.
Thank you.
How do you feel about the universe and alignment and karma, all that kind of stuff?
Alignment is, that is a great, I love alignment, because when stuff starts aligning, because I feel like we always try to have our own agenda and try to like make sure, okay, like in 5 years I want to be here, and if it doesn't happen, like we like,
bust down to the ground.
Right. And then you don't know, like it may not have happened for a reason, like you may have not been ready for it, or it may have just not been the time, or like you waiting, being patient gave you a bigger blessing. Like, you know, like you're mad like it didn't happen in these last 5 years, but 3 years later down the line you're getting offered something way bigger than what you imagined or what you wanted for yourself or what you're praying for. So yeah, like I don't know, it's just really, alignment is really crazy, because when it does start aligning, it's like, wow, like I was working harder instead of working smarter.
Right.
Because when you start stuff starts aligning, you don't have to work that hard. You don't have to over exaggerate yourself. It's just happening. It's just falling in place for you. So I think it's a beautiful thing. And karma, I just try to carry myself and just make sure I know that other people are going through things too. So I don't take it personal when people start doing certain things. However, I do try to treat people with kindness, because I want that same kindness to come back to me.
Right.
And I don't want to leave a negative impression on people. Right. You know, like I said, I'm in media, so like I don't want them to be like, oh yeah, that's Tyler Eargasmic, and she's just really snooty and snotty. Like I want them to be like, oh yeah, she's great, she has a good, you know, I want them to tell people like, you know, she's great, she's amazing and all that. You know, I just want that to come back to me, so I try to keep that attitude with people that come on my show as well, so they can, you know, send that on to the next person too.
Right. Oh my God, that sounds wonderful.
Thank you.
How are you tonight, Lil Rocka?
I'm doing great, just working, you know, a lot going on. But
give us some updates. What's going on a day in the life of Lil Rocka? You got some stuff going on, a lot.
Yeah, I just left the show with Salam Nation, so we did a show and performed, and that was a lot. So and then I came straight here. Yeah.
Awesome. How was that for you guys?
It was great.
Off the hook, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They loved us. Yeah. But I'm interested in finding out more about this young lady.
Of course.
Here. Your skin is amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. What do you use?
This is just like almond oil.
Almond oil.
I usually use almond oil or like shea butter or like mango butter.
Yeah, where you get it from? The Taj Mahal?
No, I go to Napoli Naturals in Leimert Park.
I know where it is.
Shout out to them. Either Napoli Naturals or Simply Wholesome.
They sell shea butter at Napoli?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
They have different like smells of shea butter.
Yeah,
I really love theirs. So they have like a mango one. They have like a lotus one and like an amber smelling one, like one that smells like men's cologne. They have different ones.
Really?
Anyway.
Do they have something called black butter there? You know?
No, I don't know, but you have to ask.
Yeah.
They
I'm
might.
asking because my place just ran out of shea butter. I said, how y'all run out of shea butter? So they said the guy that makes it left. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I love shea butter.
Yeah.
Shea butter's great over lotion.
Absolutely. Miss Jackie, how you feeling?
Pretty good. Just chilling, making it happen, working.
Y'all reading the cards?
We gonna read some cards possibly. What you feeling like?
You know I want to read one.
For real, for real?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that game.
I didn't tell Tyler the full lowdown. I just told her we played the game a little bit. What you thinking?
I can't wait. I would love for her to go first.
Oh.
All right.
So what's the rule?
Okay, so we don't follow the rules here. There are probably some particular rules because we're not playing the full game, like a full game setting. So at the end of the day, this is called Scruples, and there are different scenarios and questions on the card. And what we do is we've been blending it into the show, and it's backed by popular demand right now. And what we're going to do, we're just going to pull it up, and what we do, you'll see, and some of the questions and how we answer them is going to determine. Last week it was kind of determined. I don't know if I had a whole lot of scruples last week, so we'll see. We're going to start with you, beautiful Tyler.
Okay.
If you don't mind picking one.
Alrighty.
I know. The
My nails.
You can school
Oh,
it
I
down.
got one. Okay. One of your coworkers is not doing his or her share of the work. You consider this unfair. Do you tell your boss? Low-key, I'm gonna confront that coworker. Like, I'm gonna confront that coworker first and be like, okay, do you care or do you not? And then that'll determine if I go tell the boss. But I'm confronting first because I'm not doing all the work.
You're doing all the work.
I'm not doing all the work. If I do all the work, I'm not crediting you for nothing.
Right.
So,
What would you do, Lil Rocker?
Yeah, I'm gonna confront the coworker. You know, I don't like the whole especially work. Like I don't know what people's situation is at home. I don't know if they're the only breadwinner at home. So I don't want to just give them a higher possibility of getting fired. So I talk to them, let them know, and see if that gets resolved there.
You're just not gonna go straight snitch, huh?
Yeah, nah.
Right.
Nah, because people don't know. Like people,
They don't know.
I think about all the times I got fired, and people didn't care whether
They don't give a damn. What you get cold blooded? They just come to work. You just go. I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
I think once you've been fired, you always think you're gonna get fired.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel that? I don't know. Maybe that's just.
Yeah, I mean.
You're like, not like always. People like, what the fuck? Oh.
No, I was always the one to be like, I'm gonna
self-check.
quit. That was always me.
I came to work one day and they told me, yeah, you're fired. Like,
They're like, what?
yeah. I was like, y'all could have called me before I came up here.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
I remember that. I got fired from my first Newberry's job later on. I surely did.
How'd you get fired?
It was a scandal. I don't even want to talk about it. Scrupulous.
A scandal.
It was a total scandal. These chicks hootie-winked me in their drama, and these girls was fucking shoplifting, and they fired all the black girls.
Wow.
I just got coupled down. I'm like, I don't
So
give
they
a
thought
fuck.
you was in on the scandal on the
Yep.
shoplifting?
That's whack. That
I was like
Discrimination.
19 years old.
Yeah. You
I
mind telling
remember
us
that.
what store department it was?
It was JJ Newberry's.
Never heard of it.
JJ Newberry's, right next to. Back in the marriage, tell you about the Compton swap meet. Back in the day?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's when I was working.
Wow.
Right next to the Compton
I
swap.
spent my senior ditch day.
I worked there for like 2 years. Senior dish day at the Compton swap meet was lit. I bet, huh?
It was but
During
it
that
wasn't,
time.
'cause It was like, why are we at the Compton?
Because it's the Compton swap meet. Shit, this shit is
Right.
lit. What
You
do
grew up in
mean?
Compton?
No, I went to King Drew.
Oh, okay. Yes.
You just came on over.
My granny. Well, my mom and my granny. My granny lives in Carson, but my mom grew up in Carson, and so high school wise, it was either King Drew, Hamilton, or this school on the campus of Dominguez Hills.
Oh, yeah. Cam.
Cam, there you go,
Yeah.
Cam's.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you gonna go to Cam's and because you're really smart. And I was like,
Yeah.
no, like I want to go to Hamilton because all my friends go to Hamilton.
Right.
And she was like,
okay, you living in Compton?
no, my granny, my mom stayed in Paramount, my granny stayed in Carson, and my dad stayed on the west side of LA.
So that's why you wanted to go.
Yeah, so I went to middle school in Marina Del Rey. I went to Marina Del Rey Middle School.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, well, all my friends are going to Hamilton or Culver. Like,
Yeah.
I want to go to Hamilton. And my mom was like, no, because your dad picked the school on his side of town this time, and I get to pick school on my side of town next in high school. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go to King Drew then, where my cousin goes.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. So yeah, I grew
Wow.
up in a joint custody household.
Wow. Yeah. Dang. I got one bad experience at King Drew.
Dang, what happened?
This was at the time where there wasn't no Facebook and Instagram. I hope I'm not telling my age, but I had met this girl on what was that called,
AIM?
Jackie? No, not where you used to chat. Right? I mean, Rashid. It's kind of like
Snapchat?
no, not Snapchat.
No.
It's like it was
This
on
is
email though.
Way back.
Oh, yeah. I know what
This
you're
was
talking
that-
about. Like on the two-way.
It's not AIM?
No,
Oh, yeah.
it's like
remember that?
AIM, but it's called something else.
I had
was-
AIM.
But what was
Remember
before
that?
AIM?
It was an instant messenger.
Yeah, Yahoo. It was on Yahoo though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it
but
Yahoo Messenger?
Something like that, but something like AIM, right, Meta, and then she, we was talking, and we were
got
so
mail.
young, and telling each other we love each other and stuff like that. We both like that. We were both Gemini, so she was like,
Uh-oh.
"Just come up to my school, and then we'll meet up." I like that.
And the school was King Drew.
Man, I get up to King Drew, and she just didn't look
Nothing.
nothing like I.
Then you got catfish?
She had a mustache.
Nah.
She had a thick mustache, but she wasn't like a man. She wasn't a man. Hold on, she wasn't a man. It's just that
She
some
was
people
young.
got.
And
Yeah, some women got very strong hormones. They say so. Yeah,
Let me check me out.
She was just very,
no, her
very masculine.
Yeah, she had-
Very masculine.
Yeah.
She look a little rough
Hopefully
around
she
here.
not listening because she was like, I hate you. Why you have to tell that story?
You still talk to her?
No.
Okay, so I was like, say
No, I
something.
just said. I don't know if she
never know.
listening
You
though.
never
I don't
know.
know.
You never know. She might.
111
She's
countries.
not a bad person. I just couldn't do the mustache. So.
Somebody might be recording this and sending it.
Yeah, see, I can get caught up. I like to read a
Forever
card.
archived.
Yeah, for real.
Forever
You can hand me a
archived.
card.
He loved this one, girl. He loved this.
Okay, let's see,
So
let's
I brought
see
it
what
back,
happened.
but I knew he wanted to play it.
Okay, you have been friends with a couple for many years. Now they're involved in a messy divorce and child custody battle.
Oh.
One of them asked you to testify on on his or her behalf. Do you?
Can you reread that again?
Okay, so you have been friends with a couple. So you've been
Okay,
friends
so
with both these couples.
Rashid and Gina.
Yeah. And now they're in a messy divorce and child custody battle. And one of them asked you to testify on his or her behalf. Do you do it? I'm not going to get involved in that.
No,
You
yeah.
don't
I-
do
Yeah, because they're both my friends. So I'm not going to, like, nah.
But what if you saw one time when female X really was kind of like rude to the kids, kind of like on an abusive side? The mom was kind of like shoving them and grabbing them and shit and pinching them and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
well, then I got to because you said abuse. I mean, there's
That's what I'm
nothing
saying.
that overrides abuse. Yeah.
She added another.
You know what I mean? I got
Yeah,
something
a
to
whole
ask.
nother element. Yeah, I can't override abuse.
It's
Yeah.
being dramatic.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Tyler?
Yeah, then you have to step in. 'Cause
I know it's being dramatic. I'm
any
so
other,
sorry.
I'll be like, no, I'm not testifying.
But you really wouldn't testify.
No.
If it wasn't like no signs of like abuse or something, or if that, I mean, if they weren't like not taking care of their kids or something. But yeah, no, other than that, I would not be involved. Y'all, you know.
Yeah, for real.
You say that for real? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like getting involved in couples drama because they end up getting back together and you look stupid. So.
You do. You do on the low key.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
Like, what's going on?
Yeah, no.
yeah.
Rashid, you gonna do your card?
Okay.
Damn, I know.
Find this.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting.
Really.
All right. You and your spouse
Uh
are on a weekend sailing trip with another married couple. The boat is small and sensitive to any motion. You and your spouse are in a tiny sleeping berth and become amorous. Do you rock the boat?
No, I'm not about to die over this sex. Absolutely not. Hell no. Hell to the no. No. I'm not dying over this sex.
It's not going down.
How
No,
small is it?
absolutely not. No. Nah. And I love sex. Don't get it twisted. But that right there, my life, nah. It ain't that serious.
It ain't that serious.
Nah.
Nah, I look, he would be scared. Period. Because they talking about if any movement knocks the boat over.
Right, exactly.
Oh Lord.
Why are we on this boat?
Right.
Sounds
For
small.
real.
I don't know.
But then again, I mean, it depends how deep the water is. Because if we can swim out of it, I mean.
You're in the ocean.
Oh, he said the ocean?
Yes.
Oh, no, heck no.
Heck no. See what I'm
Get
saying?
away from me. Like, stay over there. Good. Heck no, I don't deal with that.
Oh my God, we're gonna have some fun tonight, y'all. Anyway,
Miss Jackie, you read a card yet?
I have not read a card yet. I was just getting on a little social media, getting some stuff going down. Y'all wasn't working because I didn't want to be disrespectful to our queen. I had to make sure I kept it just me and you, gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, you know me and these friggin' stiletto nails ain't gonna work out. Okay, guys, let's see. Ooh. You guys hold that. Anyway, let me put it to you guys. Oh, you sell televisions for a living. Okay, so this is old. But anyway, you sell televisions for a living. A customer picks out an expensive model to buy, right? It means a big commission to you, but a big headache to the customer. The model has a long history of repeated repairs. Do you warn the customer about the potential problems of this television unit? Or do you get your commission and walk away with the bling bling? Ching ching.
It depends on how broke
Are they
I
white?
am.
If they white,
Mole,
yeah, I'm
mole.
gonna go ahead and get my commission. Yeah,
Did you hear
Man,
that?
Are they
Right?
Are they white?
Did you
So
hear
basically,
that?
whether or not they are white or black or
Yeah.
other,
You like Michael. See, we were just talking about Michael Jackson. It don't
white,
matter.
black or other, you just like, you know what? I'm gonna decide whether or not I'm gonna be on the come up.
yeah.
Oh no, I'm equal
Oh,
opportunity to come up.
Lord.
But in this scenario, I
What?
can't in good conscience sell somebody a very broken ass TV.
Nah, I
just
wouldn't.
can't.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
Because they're
either.
going to come back and be all mad and like, you sent me a broken TV.
But it's like, yeah, I guess you shouldn't. Okay, but the commission, y'all.
That's what I'm saying. If they white, I'm going.
Yeah, you're gonna go for the commission.
Yeah,
Would
I'm-
you
you know.
either way? Does it matter in terms of you?
It depends on how they rub me. If they're
Yeah.
super
If they're
nice and
acting
I'm
brand
gonna tell
new,
them,
like
I
stinking
would
egg.
tell them like, don't buy this TV. But if they were super rude, I'm like, go ahead, buy it.
Right.
Go ahead, buy it.
Right.
It's
Don't
yours.
even worry about the warranty. This TV's so good, you don't even need a warranty.
You don't even need a warranty. Just go ahead and buy it. If I'm desperate that week, I might go ahead and just like, hey, buy it.
But I'm just saying.
Nah, yeah, I like what she said about whether they're nice or not. Yeah, because that's really. But I mean, that's not. Then again, people crazy nowadays. If they not nice, they gonna be even crazier when they come
They
back and they
bring the
find out
TV
that
back.
they yeah, they
True.
want to kill you.
But I might not be there that day.
Right, and then the other thing is the manufacturer. It's really not you, the customer.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Best Buy's problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
like
saying?
Edison did that.
Right, right, low key.
Oh,
I say get the bread. Me, that's because we found out last week about me and my scrupulous self. But
Yeah.
I said go for the commission.
Yeah,
Me.
you don't own the store anyway.
Right, it's not even yours. It's not like
Right.
this is like Lord Rocka sound system. joints, I'm just saying. I know, right? Rashid, you gonna ask a question for us tonight?
No. Oh, okay. Another one? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I do it? It's
I think
Tyler's turn.
It's Tyler's turn.
It's Tyler's
Oh.
turn.
I'll read this one. Late at night, you drive up to a highway toll booth. The toll taker is sound asleep. Do you drive without stopping to pay? Yes.
Yeah, she answered it before. Hey, there it is. Absolutely.
Okay, now what happened to the scruples before? Many at the time, oh, we don't know about the people. You guys are all like,
He sleep though. I don't want to
Yeah.
wake up him up. He
All
probably
right.
worried. He got kids that's tiring him out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let him sleep. He needs to get his rest. He needs to be awake for the next customer.
right, exactly.
Not me. He needs to be
Bags.
Rashid, you gonna give it up? You gonna keep going? You gonna zoom through? Zoom.
Mine says you're an off-duty police officer at a party where a group is snoring cocaine. Do you arrest them? No. What the hell?
You ruining the
I'm
party.
off duty. I'm at a party. I'm fucked up already. Y'all go ahead and do what y'all gotta do, man.
Rashid, are you running it in? What you gonna do?
Okay, let's see. Okay.
It's the ducky.
Okay. You have a suggestion box at work. If a suggestion is used, a cash prize is awarded to the employee who suggested it. Your suggestion was improving the mailroom service could reflect negatively on the present staff. Would you submit it anyway?
Oh, I don't know.
That's a good one.
What do you think, Tyler? You're like, well,
I don't know. I don't know. No. I'm gonna let him have it.
Okay, Lil Rocker, what you thinking?
It depends how these people rub me. Like, if they like mean to me, no, I'm gonna let them have it.
I don't know, Rashid, what you thinking? Let them have it.
I mean, no. Like, even if it gives a negative impact in the present, if it improves in the future, that's all I care about.
Okay, sounds good.
Future improvements.
Ooh,
That let you know that your mail system is ass.
right? I agree.
Man, that made me feel like I got like revenge problems. Everybody was like, "No, I wouldn't do that." Oh man,
No, we're learning so much about you, Lord Rocker. The different
I'm
facets.
just. Miss Jackie, I'm getting it from you because I'll be painting extra
You
scenarios
see,
on top of
right?
what
That
they happening.
makes it so much juicier, don't you think? Though,
It does.
because you know,
Yeah.
remember, like you were saying, one thing leads to the next, one thing leads to the next. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so let's rule it. Let's do it, guys. I'm having another turn. Okay, you're on a selling excursion with 3 days left on your vacation. Your office sends the message, "Call me. Call in. You're needed in the meeting." So you're on your excursion with 3 days left on your vacation, and your office texts you and they say, "Come in. You're needed for a meeting." Call in. Do you ignore the message and claim you were island hopping when you get home?
I'm for sure saying I was in the middle of the ocean. I
Right.
didn't get no service.
Right.
I didn't get that message.
I'm not.
Who's
answering.
vacation?
Y'all know
Yeah.
I'm on vacation.
Right?
Yeah, I'm
I
not
put in the
gonna do
dates.
that. Right,
You gonna
exactly.
do it, Rashid?
No. In fact, I'm literally gonna just say, okay. 3 days later, I will text back. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, but I was right between the Bermuda Triangle, and you know how service is out there in the
I was
Bermuda
going to
Triangle.
Tahiti. I couldn't make it. Couldn't make it.
Yeah, that was wild.
What?
Now, I mean, like if I own the business,
Uh-huh.
if I'm gonna find
You're
a way to
gonna
jump in the
wait.
beginning.
Yeah.
See, eargasmic. You're gonna call.
Yeah, if it's my
That's what I'm
business, then
saying.
I'm gonna have to call in because what's going on?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. What's really happening?
And why are you calling me while I'm on vacation? What did you do?
Right.
Right, in fact, that's gonna be my question. It's like, what the hell did y'all do?
Right?
Right,
I can't even
right.
go for 2 days. Like, holy moly!
Right.
It's like I haven't even been gone that long.
Oh my gosh! But
It's
it's
been a couple hours. What did y'all fuck up?
Right.
Right. Like, dang, I can't even go on vacation. Jesus.
Like, damn.
That is so hilarious. Oh my god!
Damn, Gina.
Right?
told
See, you and Gina. Oh my god, this is a good time. How about you? You having a good time tonight, pretty
I'm
lady?
having a great time. Thank
I
you
just
guys
wanted
for
to know if
having
you could do me another favor. If you could let our listeners know again about your amazing company, what it is you do, and how they can get in
Yes.
touch with you.
So my company is called Eargasm Media, and we interview up and coming creatives, entrepreneurs, musicians around LA. We are gearing up for season 3, so we have just launched a Kickstarter campaign to get funding for season 3, and that's in our bio, and you can find that at Eargasmic. That's EARGAZMIC Media. And Tyler Kimani is also my social media. That's TYLERKHIMANI.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Thank you.
When do you do your shows? What day?
So we haven't filmed, but we're gonna start back filming probably mid-September, early October, and then that's when we're gonna drop season 3. So we film probably like twice a month because I try to do 2 episodes in one day. So that's like two film days. So that's like 4 episodes. So I try to drop it every 2 weeks. But yeah, so it'll start back in October when we dropping new episodes. And so we interview, we do a game, and then we have a live performance. So it's kind of like a late night talk show.
Nice.
Feel.
What location where you guys do this?
We are in downtown LA at Bear Production Studios. It's like off of like Broadway now. They moved, so we're off of Broadway now, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, so they are a production company, and they have like different rooms in their studio, but that is where our set is located.
So you said hourly, so you got a team?
Yes, I have a team now, thank God. I have a production crew which consists of 1050, who's an amazing videographer and editor for our show, and Adrian, who's the engineer for the sound and live performances, and then we have Brittany and Emmanuel, who are the help produce the show as well, and then there's me.
Nice. Who's the creator of the show?
Me.
You're the creator of the
Yes.
show. Nice.
Yes. I'm the creator of the show. I come up with the questions, the games, the graphic design,
Wow.
social media.
Wow.
I get the talent. So yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
What is the sister who did the show Insecure?
Oh, Issa Rae.
She went to King Drew, correct?
Yes, she did.
So is there a correlation there where women started to pick up more on, getting into media because of her, or is it what?
No, honestly, I didn't know Issa Rae went to King Drew until Insecure. Well, until her YouTube show was there, and someone was like, "Yeah, she went to King Drew." Because I'm class of 2011. I think she's like early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
But King Drew is a medical magnet, so
Yes.
So we're like in 11th grade, we're doing like nursing. So I wanted to be a nurse at first. I originally went to college to be a nurse, and then I don't know, I just got this inkling that I wanted to start like doing interviews and stuff, and I was like, I want to change my thing to journalism, communications, minor journalism. So I did. I don't know if that's a thing, but it's a lot of women from King Drew that are like carving their own path and like doing different creative stuff. I don't know. It was like medical field sounds cool, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nice.
beautiful.
Is there
Yeah.
a media program at King Drew?
No.
No. Wow.
They do have like journalism stuff, but I wasn't even in journalism club at King Drew. I was like in drama and stuff, but they do have a journalism club there, but not like a specific like a media crew that does. They might have it now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know they got a football team now, which I'm kind of salty about because we didn't have a football team when we was there, and now they got one.
That's cool.
But yeah, I'm not sure if they have one now. I need to go up there. I haven't been back in some years.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I have never been inside King Drew ever, and I
It's-
want to because every year I know they got the basketball games.
Yeah, the
there.
Drew League is there.
The Drew League is there. Yeah.
The Drew League were bringing out a heck of people because I know LeBron James was there.
Mhm.
Everybody, mom was at King Drew. But it's really nice inside. It's really like up to par. We don't have a field.
Yeah.
But it's really nice. It's a great school, and the uniforms are cute.
Yeah. So y'all still wear uniforms at King Drew?
Yes.
That's never changed. They
Black,
always wear
white, or
uniforms.
bumblebee gold.
Right. For real.
We had
yeah.
little skirts
Remember those
and
days,
little,
girl.
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. Is there do most graduates from King Drew transfer over to HBCUs, or where do they typically go?
We have a lot of people that went to HBCUs. I went to Cal State East Bay up north.
Yeah, I was gonna go there.
Some people go to CSUN. A lot of people went to Berkeley. I know a few people that went to Howard. Down south, they went to Spelman. You see Riverside. Like we kind of like go all over, low key.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
We had a lot of students to go to different colleges. I know our senior year, we were all over the place.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I didn't hear about HBCUs until I got to college, to El Camino College. And that's when I started hearing about HBCUs. But had I heard about it in high school, I would have been at an HBCU a long time ago.
I originally wanted to go to Howard because my aunt and my uncle went to Southern University, so I knew about HBCUs and like the Bayou Classic down in New Orleans and all that.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be like a dancing doll, battle of the band. So
Yeah.
I got accepted to Howard and everything, but they were expensive. So,
Yes.
so I went to East Bay, and I already had family. My dad's from Oakland, so his side of the family is up there. So I just went up there, and it was like second home in a sense.
Yeah.
So it worked out.
Were you homesick at all? Like saying like, oh, I miss home? Or
Sometimes I did miss LA, but Oakland, I mean, we were in Hayward, but Oakland is right there.
Yep.
It was still cool. we would come home whenever, because I would feel like that little 5-hour drive, like we'd be like, let's go down to LA for a weekend or something. So it wasn't too much to miss. I did miss the sun because the bay is cold.
There we go.
But other than that, it was a great experience. It was a fun time, I will say that, and it helped inspire Eargasmic, because I started going to concerts during college, and then I think the concert that really inspired me to start it was Nipsey's Crenshaw tour. I dragged my best friend all the way to we didn't know it was a closer tour date to Hayward, but I dragged her all the way to Sacramento to go see Nipsey Hussle, and we got there stupid early, and for some reason we ended up backstage. My iPhone was guiding me to the door backstage. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And so when I realized we was backstage, I was like, oh my god, we about to get Nipsey's on stage, doing sound check or whatever. And I'm like, oh my god. I opened up the bathroom. I was like, my god, this is dressing room. We about to get kicked out. Oh my god. She was like, no, just play it cool. Just play it cool. So we play it cool. We literally standing there can't nobody see us while he like what's up? I'm like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
And then Jay Stone was there, and I think he had just got out, and this is his first tour or whatever. And I was just talking to him, and he was telling me his story and how he was just grateful to get out, and Nipsey giving him this opportunity, and whoop. And then that whole experience, seeing Nipsey be serious about his sound check, and then seeing him come out on stage and perform, being on stage and all of that, I was like, this is something I don't know, it just sparked something in me, and from there, that's where Eargasmic kind of was birthed.
That's a beautiful.
You knew
From that
that's
night.
what you had to do, huh?
Yeah, I knew what I had to do. I was like, okay, I got this.
That's a beautiful.
I could do
story.
that, huh?
Yeah. So it was cool. It was a great night. I always will cherish that night for sure.
When you know what year that was?
That was 2014, I want to say.
Oh, wow.
2014, 2013, I want to
Yeah.
say. I think it's 2014. I think that's when you dropped the Crenshaw tape.
Wow.
But yeah.
What a story. So how did it affect you when he passed? I know you had
Oh, I was hurt because I stayed right near the store.
Oh,
So I went to go get my nails done, and for some reason Racks in the Middle was playing while I was getting and I hadn't heard it. It just was playing that day, and for some reason I didn't change the song. It was on repeat, and I was driving home from the nail shop, which was right up the street. I seen the ambulance. So I was like, damn, something happened. So then I parked my car in the driveway, and I opened Twitter, and I seen it wasn't a authorized news outlet, but they were Nipsey Hussle just got shot at the store. I'm like, I stay right here. I'm about to go pull up.
Yeah.
So I really tried to go pull up, and I see people with the Marathon store. I'm like, okay, so people was there at the store, so that can't be him.
Right.
I couldn't get close, but I'm like, nah, that's not him.
Right.
So then I go back home. I park my car. And I'm like, Nipsey not dead, man. Nipsey not dead. So my cousin FaceTime me. He yeah, man, I just heard, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. I seen the ambulance and everything. I don't know what's going on, but I don't think he dead. And so he's on FaceTime with me, and I'm supposed to be doing a photo shoot that day. So my friend comes over, and she's trying to help me out. And I'm just something don't feel right. I just don't feel it.
Yeah.
And they had posted the video of them trying to resuscitate him. And my cousin called me back, and he was like, he's gone. And I was like, don't say that. And so I just started breaking down, and I was like, I don't even want to do this photo shoot.
Right.
It was really, really sad. I called my job the next day. I was like, my cousin got killed, so I can't come into work.
Yeah.
They was like, oh, it's okay. So when I got to work 2 days later, they're like, your cousin was Nipsey Hussle. I was like, yeah, that's my cousin. It's really sad. And
Yeah.
I was like, I was really hurt. And then I made sure I was at the funeral. I was like, I'm going to the funeral.
Yeah.
And it's funny because my parents, they listened to his music. They weren't major Nipsey Hussle friends. That's the time they weren't talking. I think they hadn't talked to each other in 9 years before that. So they were like, yeah, Tyler, if you get tickets to the funeral, we want to go. So I was like, y'all want to go? I was like, okay, bet. We're going to go. And y'all gonna talk to each other. Y'all gonna have to. We rode in the car together. They talked to each other. They had a great time.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, this is y'all ain't talked to since my high school graduation. This is really interesting. So it was in a sense he passed away, but in a sense he kind of blessed me with getting my parents back on talking terms.
Wow,
So
That's so nice.
that's a
it was
beautiful
really
story.
dope. But yeah, it was sad. It was sad for a minute, but I have a lot of Nipsey Hussle memories, and even being blessed by his best friend Botafats and all that. Like, I just know, like, I'm destined for greatness. And I even interviewed his sister, so.
Oh wow, is that already out?
Yeah, it's old. It's old. It's when she was doing her esthetician work. She did a facial on me, and I'm like interviewing her as she's doing a facial on me. So it's like probably like 4 or 5 years old now.
Wow. Was that your first facial?
That was my first facial, yes. But yeah, I interviewed her, and then like I've always had a couple run-ins with him, but I was always like too scared to like fully like be like, hey Nipsey, like I'm Tyler for your guys, but like I definitely been in the store giving them my resume, like, hey, like how you doing, and I'm Tyler, and yeah, so I have some stories to tell later in life for sure.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful story. Wow.
Think about Lori and her legacy stories, right? You know, like Lori always.
She would have loved that story. Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Yes,
man, where do you see Eargasm going? Like, what's the future for it?
I definitely want it to be like a major talk show. Like, I would love to be like on a major TV platform or some sort. I know like cable and whatnot is kind of going obsolete with streaming platforms coming up. So I definitely want to get picked up by like a streaming platform or something and make it like a talk show like Wendy Williams or like Jimmy Fallon type feel.
Yes, not as toxic.
Just not as toxic or as drama filled as Wendy, but definitely like, you know, I want people to be like, you know, if you wasn't on your guys' name back in the day, like you wasn't popping, like, you know. So I definitely want it to be like this. I kind of want to be like the next little Oprah, but like in the music world or in the urban media world or whatever you want to call it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I want to make it bigger. I definitely want to go outside of LA and like really make it national or international, if you know, go overseas.
They say sometimes you got to leave LA because you know LA
on the straight
doesn't really support their own like that.
Remember I was just telling you about
until
that.
somebody else sees you, they're like, oh my god, you know. But
yeah.
No, keep at it. We definitely want to support you here at the Poetry
Thank
Adjuster
you.
Show, and you know, let the people know what you're doing. Absolutely, we're all about supporting young women, specifically as well. You know, do things because you kind of remind me of our host right next to you was Jackie. You know, because she just is is inspired to do this just as much as you are, and you know, we love her energy on the show. So, life of the party. So yeah, so
she's super
most
sweet.
Definitely,
Yeah, so we launched our Kickstarter campaign like 2 weeks ago just to get funds for the new season. So it's in our social media bios everywhere. It's we have like a little commercial for it and everything to like just show like where we started and where we're at now. But yeah, we're trying to raise like $5,000.
And the social media is what for the people?
It's at Eargasmic Media. That's EARGAZMIC Media. You can also find it in my bio. That's Tyler Kimani. That's Tyler KHIMANI.
Nice. And how do people get on your show? Like, how do people?
You can email us. I know Eargasmic's Instagram says do not DM. You can DM us too, but that's just for like people who constantly like just keep flooding my DM. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
But email us. I do respond to emails. I will be scheduling like the new interviews probably towards the end of this month, the beginning of September. So if you want to be on the show, definitely tap in, email us, DM us. But you're gonna have to have something to talk about because we got a big set and everything. So I don't want no, you know, any regular people on there. But yes.
Absolutely, yeah. Wow, that's beautiful. One of the questions that we love to ask entrepreneurs who come up here is what advice would you give other young girls trying to, you know, be on the same path that you're on, and something that you probably wish you would have known earlier before you hopped on the path that you're on?
Do not let fear talk you out of anything. I feel like, especially when I first started out, I was always like scared or like super timid and like scared like people wouldn't accept me or anything, but just like standing in your confidence and just like being yourself get you a long way. And I know that little fearful voice in the back of your head can be like super loud sometimes, and like just talk you out of like everything and make you feel like you can't do something, but you have to like be stronger than that fearful voice. Like you have to, like I said earlier, I have affirmations around. I journal sometimes, or I call like people who I know will speak life into me, just to help quiet that voice, because sometimes it gets loud, especially when I first started out. It was super loud. It was like, Tyler, what you doing? Like, you only got like 10 followers. Like, how you gonna go up to this person? But like now it's like it's nothing. Like, oh, I don't care how many followers I have. Like, I'm Tyler Kimani from Eargasmic Media, and like, you know, people do like support me and like really support my platform, so that just gives me reassurance. And just like, you know, talking life into myself. Even like when other people talk life into me, I talk life into myself too. And just don't let fear and doubt just stop you from doing anything. Like push through that. I know it's super hard. I know sometimes that can be very crippling to the point where you don't want to do it, but do it, because it's a better outcome than you listening to that fearful voice and stopping everything.
Right. So it seems like was that the only hurdle? Was that voice, or did you have family issues, relationship issues? Like
no, I have family issues. I dropped out of college to do this, so it was like my parent. Well, my dad's a dropout as well, but he's successful. But like my mom is super big on education and all that. So when I did it, I didn't really like come out and say I dropped out. It was kind of like, oh yeah, I'm going online school, and then I finally admitted that I dropped out. Actually, my granny had a dream that I dropped out.
Don't you hate that? And they come with them dreams. You can't even shake it. You know when you're
and I was like,
can't even lie. You can't even lie. You can't even lie.
I was like, I forgot you have those. Can you not? She's like, yeah, I was calling to make sure you did, and I was like, girl, I'll call you back. The line is popping up, but
I had the wrong number. Bye.
So I just felt like very discouraged, because at first I felt like, because my mom was like, what you gonna do? Like, you just gonna drop out and do this? Like, just all this stuff. And then one day, surprisingly, I really thought my grandfather would be mad, but he called me one day and was like, hey, you know, your mom told me you dropped out. I just want to let you know that you're still going to be successful. There's a lot of people who don't go to college and they're very successful, and I support you, and God got you along the way. And that just made me feel so emotional when he did it, because I really felt like I was alone. And I know my dad supported me and everything, but like I really just wanted that okay from like my mom. But my grandfather like gave me that like okay that I really needed. So I'm just like, thank you, Papa. Like that's my prayer warrior right there. So it made me feel good.
Most definitely.
That's your rock. Huh?
Yes.
One of your rocks.
Yes,
Just
it
one of
is.
many.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. So I get, man, family is so strong and so important that I try to not preach, but you know, remind people that strong families help children and young people go further when they have that backing. You know, was it 70% of young males grow up in a single father household? So you know, we're missing a lot of males. I'm part of that statistic. So it took me a while to get where I'm at now, but I know had I had a father there, I probably would have got a little further. You know what I'm saying? So blessings to you. You got both your parents in your life, even though they didn't see, that's what I love about her story. Like, even though they didn't work it out, they didn't go, well, I ain't gonna be involved because I can't get along with you.
Right.
I'm gonna do what I can do for my child, and you do what you can do, and then we ain't even gotta speak just as long as our child is straight.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Shout outs to them. They're great. They're great people.
Co-parenting.
Yes, co-parenting.
Absolutely. So, man, we got 3 minutes left.
Oh my gosh! Look how much time.
I know, it's
3 minutes
crazy.
left.
You're amazing.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate this.
You're more
It
than
was
welcome.
very fun.
To flip the script,
Yes.
right? Have somebody ask you a question.
Yeah, for real.
It was fun. I love the conversation too.
I'm glad you did.
Yes.
Those worries go both ways.
Word,
that
word,
anxiety,
word.
you're like, but the last minute, the spirit of the living God said, "Take it, just take it, Jay.
Yes.
Just take it." You know what I mean? Look, old girl didn't show up, and we had something. And no disrespect, but the other gal.
Yeah.
And that's that Compton in me. Sorry, y'all. But Yeah, so I'm just like, get some filler, because this was really fun last week.
Yes, absolutely. We need to bring that game more often.
No, it was really fun.
When Lori come, you know it's gonna be wild. And I want you to come back when my sister come. You're gonna love her.
Absolutely, we got to bring you back. Are you willing to come back?
Yeah, I definitely will.
Okay, Saturdays work for you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You explain. I wanted to know something real quick. You explained something about having games on your show. Can you explain like what kind of? Games?
Yeah, so we have different games. So we started out with like a little question bowl, which is similar to this, but we like made like different questions and they pull it out. Then we scratched that when we got into the studio, and so I make up different ones. So we have one that's find that guess that sample. So you know how a lot of new songs sample older songs.
Yes.
So especially when I interview producers and rappers and whatnot, I try to have them play the guess that sample game. So I play us the new song, and then I say, do you know, like, can you guess the sample?
Yes.
And you know, to come to find out, a lot of these fools don't know they sample. It's wild. Even the producers, like, it's really funny to me because I be looking at them like,
how you don't know?
You don't know your own stuff.
Yeah, how you don't know what you sampling?
And
That's crazy.
especially like if they're a producer, I try to find a song that they did do a sample in, and I'd be like, okay, this is your song. Like, I'm gonna play a snippet. You know, and sometimes they're like, you know, honestly, I don't even. I'm like, what? But it's a great way. I feel like it's a great way to do music history because I feel like that's a thing that a lot of artists don't do is music history.
No, they don't.
And knowing like where things started from.
Yes.
So that's one of the games. And then we have like finish that lyric. I think we played that. We have Christmas edition where you have to finish like the ending of the like famous Christmas song or whatever. We also had a cooking segment on there. Like we had like a Thanksgiving edition where the chef came on. We did like a cooking segment.
Oh, that's hard.
What else did we have? I do different games every time. This or that, like, you know, this or do you like that? Yeah. So yeah.
Different games. Love it. Y'all air on YouTube? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Most definitely. How do we follow you on YouTube? I know.
So you will type in Eargasmic Media, and sometimes it comes up with the S, but it's a Z. So it's EARGGAZMIC Media. Okay. And that's where you find us.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it so much.
Miss Jackie, we got to close out.
I can't believe the time has gone by way too fast. I have no idea what we're going to be doing next week here on the Poetry of Justice show. But anyway, Lord Rock and I, we're going to make it happen later on, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you so much for joining us tonight. The wonderful and amazing Tyler. You have been a breath of fresh air.
Absolutely.
I thank you for being a blessing to our show.
Thank you.
I thank you for being a blessing to media and for what you do. And I hope that our paths definitely cross again. So, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you here joining us on the Poetry of Justice show with Jackie Ray Phillips on YikesRadio.com and AccelerateRadio.net. We'll see you next week. Good night.
Peace.